Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to have a look at all of the lovely full arts which are going to be coming along in Paldea Evolved. The set is on the horizon. We got a couple of weeks left until we get into our pre-releases, so it's time to have a little bit of a look at exactly all of the full arts that are coming. And yes, I am including both Pokemon and supporters when I talk about this. Of course, we know at this stage that Paldea Evolved is basically going to be constructed from 3 Japanese sets. That is to say, the mini set, A set, call it what you will, Triple Beat, and then the double set, which is your Snow Hazard and Clayburst. And we know officially that there are going to be 18 Ultra Rare Pokemon EX and 8 Ultra Rare Supporter cards, which are going to be in Paldea Evolved. That's official. That was told to us in the press release when the set was announced. Now, there are some weird things going on with the set. For instance, we know for a fact that Pikachu EX is going to be in the set because we were literally told it, and for what it's worth, it's been revealed. It's not been revealed in English, but we've had a European language reveal of Pikachu EX. So we know for a fact that Pikachu EX is going to be in the set. So we know that a couple of EXs are being cut, and we know for a fact, because we've seen the numbering on this, that Tinkaton EX is going to be cut from the set to be used in an EX battle deck. We've literally seen the cards that would be either side of Tinkaton if it was in the set. So there is absolutely no question whatsoever that it 100% has been cut. We are also pretty gosh darn sure that Annihilate EX has been cut from the set, although that's not actually official yet. I don't think it's official. I don't think we've seen the card the other side of it. But by the same token, it's in an EX box. That's what always happens. So what's going on with all of these full arts then? Well, actually, it's nice and simple. Because you see, if we take Tinkaton as an example, sure, the main Tinkaton's been taken out the set, but the full art hasn't. The full art is still going to be in the set. In fact, if we look at Triple Beat and Snow Hazard and Clayburst and whack them all together, there are exactly 18 full art Pokemon. Well, would you look at that? And there are exactly 8 full art supporters. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense then. Some of the Pokemon like Tinkaton and Annihilate are getting cut from the set, the regular versions, but the full arts are not being cut from the set. We've seen this a bunch of times before, so even where the regular are being cut, we're still getting the full art. So if we start off with the Pokemon then, over in Triple Beat, we are getting the full arts of the first partner Pokemon, Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquavel. They are all coming. They are all lovely. Of course, Meowscarada, playability-wise, is the best among them, because once during your turn, you can discard a Grass Energy from your hand to put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then you got for 2 colorless energy, 220 if there's any damage already on there. That's pretty gosh darn cool. That is a very, very good one. And then also from Triple Beat, we've got Terastal Dedenne EX. It is Terastal, but I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's not very good. We've got Lycanroc EX. Everybody be sad if that's the EX you pull. And then Paldea Clodsire, my personal favourite. It's got that ability that allows you to poison your opponent's active if there's a stadium in play. And then 200 damage for free energy. Not too shabby, ladies and gentlemen. Not too shabby. That is the one I'm hoping to pull, frankly. I love me some Paldea Clodsire. Over in Snow Hazard, we also did get another half a dozen full art Pokemon. And these are, again, very cool. Now, Chien-Pao is probably the real headliner among them, or at least one of them. It's got that ability, lets you search the deck for 2 basic water as long as it's active. And then an attack that lets you discard any number of water from your Pokemon, do 60 for each one discarded. It's very good. We've also got Wo-Chien. That is the other Treasure of Ruin. I do kind of like free energy, and then you do 60 to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each prize they've taken. They've taken 5 prizes, 300 damage for free energy anywhere on the board. That is worth getting moderately excited about. We've then got Terastal Slowking. Again, it's a Terastal Pokemon, a 10. It's not particularly great. It has got 2 energy, 130, search for any 2 cards, which is alright, but the damage is a bit low. We've got Full Art Annihilate. Now, bearing in mind, this one is coming as a promo, the regular art, but the full art is still going to be in the set. And it's a stage 2, but it does let you put 12 damage counters on this Pokemon to deal 240 for a single energy, which is kind of cool. Up to 1220 for each one you put on. Now, Copperaja is my personal favourite, and I did get to reveal the regular art of this, which was awesome. And what we've got here is it takes 30 less damage from attacks, while also having a gigantic 300 HP on a stage 1 is pretty busted. And then free energy 260 is not to be sniffed at. It does 230 to each of your bench, but basically with any half-decent energy acceleration, Copperaja is going to be redonk. And then we've got Squawkabilly that I did actually pull from my box of Snow Hazard the other day, which was very cool. I have this card in Japanese, and it's got an ability which can only be used on your very first turn of the game, which is a bit sad, but it lets you discard your hand and draw 6 cards. It's really good for drawing and seeing more cards and all of that. Yeah, fine, it's only on your first turn of the game, but it's still pretty cool. It's also single energy 20 and attached 2 basic energy from your discard pile to your bench in any way you like. That is, again, not to be sniffed at. That's a decent little attack. And then over in Clayburst, we got another half dozen full arts. We've got ourselves Fortress. Now, this is also a full art of a Terastal Pokemon, but this one is good, ladies and gentlemen. This one is very good. This is the one that you can choose to KO, and yes, if you KO it, you do give up 2 prizes. However, you then get to search your deck for 5 grass energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. And bearing in mind, in this set, we have got cards like Iono, which will absolutely take advantage of that. And this is looking very, very good indeed. Iono gives your opponent a new hand equal to their remaining prizes, so give them prizes, then Iono them. That's kind of funny. We've got the full art of Chi-Yu EX. I kind of like this. You can discard 2 cards from the top of their deck, or you can do 100 while accelerating free energy. Not too shabby. We've got full art Bellabolt. It's not particularly good. I'm sorry. We've got full art Tinkaton. Now, this is the one that, again, the regular version is being cut to go in the EX deck, but you can still get the full art, and for what it's worth, the special illustration rare, in the set proper. Ting-Lu was the poster child for Clayburst, and Ting-Lu is looking very, very good. That's the one where, as long as it's active, non-EX Pokemon with damage on have no abilities. There are going to be some decks made around this. This one is cool. And then we've got Noivern, which can either prevent damage from attacks by basic Pokemon, or stop your opponent playing special energy or stadium cards. Kind of annoying, kind of disruptive. They are your 18 full art Pokemon. At this stage, we can be pretty sure that that's true. Moving over to supporters then, and weirdly, half of them came from that mini set Clayburst, and then the other half came from the double set. So we got ourselves a full art of Dendra. Remember, Dendra's one of the ones that was very expensive in Japanese. These Japanese supporter cards that were crazy expensive are not going to be as expensive in English. We just saw that with Miriam in Scarlet and Violet. But it says you can put a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck and draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. It's alright. Decent little draw card. We've got Clavel, lets you search for 3 basic Pokemon with 120 HP or less and pop them in your hand. Very nice for evolution decks, especially in the early game. We've got Faulkner that lets you draw 2 cards. If there's a stadium in play, you draw 2 more. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. Nah. No. And actually, I'm pretty sure it needs to be your stadium in play, so no. This is not going to be good enough. I'm sorry. And then we've got Boss's Orders Gets This. It's Boss's Orders, right? It's the same as it's always been. But now it's got Gets This on. So yay! And actually, I'm delighted to say I have pulled this one in Japanese as well. Moving over to the ones we got from Snow Hazard then, we've got Grusha. Now, Grusha, very cool card. Draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. But if you've got no energy on any of your Pokemon, draw until you've got 7 cards in your hand instead. If you're playing those kind of single energy decks where you just attach once per turn and then immediately attack, and then probably end up getting KO'd because they're single prizes, this is actually a sneaky, very, very good card. And then we've got Giacomo here. Discard a special energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon. It's fine. Against decks that like to spread special energy around their board, it is kind of fun. And then finishing off with the ones we got from Clayburst, we've got Saguaro here. This is the one that lets you heal 50 from 2 of your Pokemon. It is, shall we say, not spectacular. And then we've got ourselves Iono. Iono's the big one. And this one's kind of been, it's been revealed in English. We've just got a weird slanted version that was tweeted out by the official Twitter. But it has actually been revealed, along with Bellabolt, which we can't really see very well, but never mind. Point is, it's Iono. And again, I did actually pull this one from my Clayburst box, which was ridiculous. This is a card that over in Japan is like a $300 card. Over here, it's going to be like 50, maybe less. The special illustration round might be a bit more. For us Iono, the English version is not going to be that ridiculous a card. So if you're lucky enough to pull the Japanese version, and the lovely Primal Lugia somehow did as well, brilliant. If you didn't, get the English version. It's going to be fine. And there we go. I feel extremely confident that those are the 26 ultra rare or full art Pokemon and supporter cards that we are going to be getting in Paldea Evolved. Yay! But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me which ones you're looking forward to. Tell me which ones you want to be pulling. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Star of Dav, who've been a supporter of ours for a while now, and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for all the support, and for the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.